My name is Ashley, and I'm here representing our Creative Mornings Freiburg group. I'm also here today supported by Fabea. Our team members are also on vacation right now with Fabea and Fabea. We are here in the Karl Schwarz House today. They are sponsoring the location for us today, the Karl Schwarz House in the library. I actually work here myself. I'm in charge of the English courses for adults, as well as our German-American business charity. And Cheryl, our speaker here, is our head teacher at the Karl Schwarz House as well. If you want to talk to either of us about that afterwards, or we can like, yes, it's going to fit here. We are here in the lovely library. As you can see, we're surrounded by books and magazines and DVDs, and it's a really nice, cozy atmosphere, I think, but there's also so much knowledge and power around us, and I thought no better setting for a Creative Mornings talk, but particularly one involving the lovely Cheryl today, who comes from Hanover, Jamaica, here to Germany with us, and she is someone who is just probably the most determined, hardworking person that I have ever pleasure of meeting.
She's making my head swell so early.
If she says she's going to do something, she does it and she aces it in spades. And so I think when it comes to trusting yourself as well, that she is a person who indeed does that, and she follows it, and you can see that's just a confidence. It's ingrained in her. And so I'm really excited to see what she has planned with us today. I'm going to pass the mic to her, but before I do that, I want to, again, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Bernd from Mango Film for being here and filming us today. And I become Julia Tom. We will have Cheryl take it away, and then afterwards, I'll wrap it all up. We'll do a little thank you. There will still be time for a little bit of networking and chatting afterwards. And that's it, basically. Yeah, nice little summer talk. You'll be able to start your day feeling inspired.
Yes.
Maybe also a little more fit.
Possibly.
I don't want to spoil any surprises. I'm going to be surprised myself today, I think.
Yes.
So.
She will be. Nice.
Well, then, take it away. I'm going to take
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, a little about myself. You already know my name, Cheryl. Born and bred in Jamaica. I moved here in 2018. And like Andrew, I had to learn this language. It's not easy. I think whoever made the language was drunk. And the rules that were made to confuse others. They join 3-4 words together, expect me to pronounce it and spell it. Yes. So, but it took some time, but I was able to do it. Now, our first activity this morning is to just talk about how your morning started. Think about it for a second. How did your morning start? My lady?
Sabrina.
Oh, nice. And that made you more calm, relaxed?
Yes. And normally I start in my car.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But today it was the cat.
Today.
Nice. Ashley, how did yours begin?
Mine began with 3 different alarms that I set.
You need 3.
Yes.
Okay. And
I didn't want to miss this, so.
Well, that I understand. Yes. All right. How about yours, Elise?
Yeah, I also put on my alarm. I usually never wake up with my alarm.
Ooh.
It was too early for me, so it was necessary. And I've been packing a bit in the morning. I was in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It's not my perfect morning, but...
But you made it here.
I made it, yeah, because I really wanted to come.
Nice. Yes. All right. Nicole? Yes.
With me, it was the same as the alarm started. I thought, another 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I got some, and then I started like every morning with coffee and newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got an hour, and it's a good time for me
To get
have
out.
for myself and then start into the real day.
Mm-hmm. She said the real day. The day begins when the newspaper is folded, put aside. You get up, get out. Okay. What's your name? Tamara?
Tanner.
Tanner. Okay. Yes, Tanner.
It was relatively relaxed. I woke up and drank a coffee.
Nice.
Was looking on my phone in the apartment apps for new apartments. That was maybe a little stressful or frustrating.
Okay.
And then I walked here. So
Very calm. All right. And the gentleman smiling away behind you, Andrew. How did your morning begin?
Well, I have been doing two things recently. I'm trying to go to sleep earlier and not sleep with my phone. So I actually woke up really relaxed. I beat my alarm today.
Oh,
It's
nice.
been kind of cool to do that. I made some lunch and then I came here.
You made some lunch.
Lunch, I have to go to work afterwards, so I had to make lunch.
Very
So-
proactive.
It's not always like that. When you don't go to sleep with your phone, it's remarkable how nice and you wake up. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that takes some discipline.
I barely do it. This was just a good day today.
Very nice. The thing is, how our day begins also influences how we feel throughout the day. And as our theme is trust, it's in what do we put our trust? What is important for us? And if I want to have a good day, then it means I must start with a positive mindset. That's very important. How I go to bed also influences how I will wake up. All right, so that's also very important. So now we will do a little activity to see how much we trust. All right, I will select Tanner and Andrew, please. Could you please, I think I'd prefer Tanner to blindfold Andrew for me.
You know, if I take off my glasses, I'm already blind.
Yes, you can put it there.
may I?
Yep.
Is it too tight or is it good?
No, it's really not tight at all, actually.
Can I just give you this? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So your job is to lead him, giving directions.
Okay. With only speaking, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
If he stumbles, it's on you.
Okay.
Yes.
We are not liable for any.
I doubt she would.
Okay.
Okay, Andrew. So there's a line that's on the ground. It's jump rope. It's maybe 10 centimeters off the ground,
Okay.
and it's to your right. So I'm gonna stand over here. Can you hear how my voice changed?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you orient yourself to my voice? It's gonna be to your right.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's a chair there.
Yes, there's a chair there. I would say that it's about a meter in front of you. So if you take maybe like 5 or 6 baby steps, you still won't.
Okay, so
do
this
it.
is the baby step.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Stop.
Okay.
Can you take one more baby step with each foot to come forward?
Like one more, like this?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So then, can you lift your right knee up at about 90 degrees?
Okay.
The line
I
is
see.
above your toes. Yeah. Can you step over?
I have to step over the line.
Yeah. Yes, you have to step
So
over
then
the
this
line.
is-
There's a chair
Okay,
there.
there's a
Yeah.
chair, so-
Your foot's good now. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then bring your left foot to your right foot. Again, lifting it up high enough. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's it. You were pretty good at that, actually.
Yes, she was very good. Now you can remove the
Okay.
blindfold. You trusted her.
Yeah, she spoke very well and clearly, I think.
Yes.
She was very
And
certain.
inspired confidence.
She made a really good job, I think.
Yes, yes, she
Wow,
did.
yeah.
Yes. It's like you can believe me, I will guide you.
Okay.
Yes.
Stewie, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much. Now, this little experiment, goes to show that sometimes in life, we cannot see where we're going. We have no clue. And we have to listen to other voices. But do we often trust the voices that we hear? Do we? Maybe not. But you were able to trust her voice based on the confidence that you heard. If she was shaky, unsure, you would have hesitated. You would not have lifted your knees high enough to step over. Now, when I moved here, I also had an issue with trust. Who should I believe? In which direction should I go? And I came to realize that my idea of trust is different from what the Germans see as trust. For example, in my culture, if I speak to you about something, it stays. You don't repeat it. Here, you will find it in the newspaper in the morning. They talk about everything, right? And if I would say, why did you share that? That's private. Really? Oh, you didn't say not to tell anybody. Yes. Can you relate? Can you relate? She's so unsure. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Yes. And so for us, trust is a little different. Yes, Ashley?
I wanted to, so as an American also in the German culture, I'm in my husband's German.
Yes.
And whenever he tells me something in confidence, I know that it's in confidence. However, he specifically says, oh, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going
Exactly.
to tell anyone. Obviously.
Yes.
But he makes a point of saying, oh, but you can't tell anyone.
Yes.
You're talking to me in confidence.
Yes.
It's clear.
Yes. For us, it's clear. You don't need to say, don't tell anyone. We know that automatically. But the other way around, everything is told. So I made it a point. My husband is also German. And I had to tell him each person should have the right to tell their story. They are the authors of their life. You should not be the one to tell someone else's story. How you see that person may not be the way the person sees themselves. So allow them. It was difficult for him and we had culture clashes. But like Ashley says, I'm very determined. I don't give up. I don't give up. All right? So now I want us to talk about trust in Germany, your views. And I'm going back to Tanner since she's from North Carolina, right? How have you experienced issues with trust here?
Definitely with the language.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that I would like to be trusted when trying to learn a language is, for me, I'd like to struggle through it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to make mistakes. And I think people here, out of being friendly or being polite, will switch to English,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't trust me to try.
Mm-hmm.
And that at the beginning was always very difficult for me. I would
Okay.
just feel very discouraged, and then I wouldn't trust myself to speak up in situations like that because my foreignness would automatically be detected and recognized
Okay.
in a way that I didn't want it to be.
Okay, okay. Interesting. I've never looked at it that way. So in trying to make you feel more comfortable, you're being hindered from learning the way you would learn.
Yes.
Very interesting. How about you, Nicole?
It's interesting what you said about different cultures.
Mhm.
I had this theme the day before with my mother. She always tells things of people, and I feel ashamed to hear this intimate stories of other people.
Mm-hmm.
For my mother, she tells everything, and there's no moral frontier for her.
Yes.
And I did never think that's different in other cultures.
Yes. And the thing is, maybe she never learned it any other way. You know something, you get some juicy piece of information, you will share it. But for us, in sharing that information, you have breached our trust. Even if it's on a even in a very playful way. We're playing something happened. Why do you need to retell that story? So you would have to use your instincts to know, is this something I should tell or not? All right? Because it could be misleading as well. All right? How about you, Andrew?
I guess for me, just as it's a different culture, I think that it's quite interesting, the approach when you first meet, I would say even a European, not necessarily a German, they're a lot more hesitant to trust you. There's a longer period of getting to know a person, but when a German person does trust you, that's like a more solid bond than when somebody else from the Western culture, you know, the trust I think in the West is more superficial, whereas I think here in Germany, when you reach to that level, it's really more special or better. I don't know how best to phrase it.
I look at it that based on colonialism, there is this affinity where we automatically bond, where we trust each other and help to guide each other more or less. Whereas in Germany, trust, I find, you can debate that, is based on your efficiency. What can you do? So people look at you and they think, well, if she's not good at her job, how can I trust her? If she's not a model parent, she can't have my trust. I can't respect her. And moving here, I saw that as well in the classrooms when parents would come with their issues. Now, I always remind them I'm a Jamaican first. Be careful. You can ask any question, you can have any problem you want to have. I'm a Jamaican first. And it means respect is on the top of my list. If you don't trust me to guide your child, please have a wonderful day. Take your child. Yes. Because it boils down to trust. If I put my child in your hand, I will respect you enough so that you can guide and teach my child. And if I have a problem, I will know how to speak to you. So it comes down on what can you do. Some people trust you based on your skills. They trust you based on your reputation, but they never really get to know you. So that's a little different. In my country, for example, family bonds together. Here, families are more separate. So I got married very early. I thought I was grown. And when I had my daughter, it was easy. It was easy to continue studying. So I had so many people who would say, okay, you can leave her with me. We'll take care of her. I never had to worry. I was still going to university. I would drop my daughter off. I pick her up when I'm coming back home. And I knew she was safe. I knew she was fine. That's that trust. Here, parents struggle to meet the needs of their children. There is no help. And there again, I see this issue. Can I trust you to help me along my journey? Don't tell me it's not your responsibility. It takes a community. All right? And that community is sometimes lacking. All right? Now, I would like you to help me to answer some questions. Okay, I found it. You can answer it too.
I haven't read it yet. Do I want to?
So, the person who has the paper on personal trust, can you read your question and let's talk?
gauge your own level of trust and your abilities? Can you share an experience where trusting yourself lead to a positive outcome?
Mhm.
I built my own house by myself,
Oh,
and I never tried it before. So I thought, okay, this is a wall, and this I can use. So I tried to break the wall, or to paint the building, or to plan the architecture of my house. So, trust in myself, and I just tried.
And it did not crumble.
No, no, it won't.
It did not crumble.
No, no.
Very good. So she already showed that she has trust in herself and that she proved it, she tested it. Now, weren't there some naysayers? Do we know what naysayers are?
People that don't believe in you.
Yes. A lot.
A woman who tries to build her own house.
Mm-hmm.
This is not normal.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they might think you are making it more difficult for yourself.
yes,
It would be easier to just get a contractor, let them do the work.
yes. Or marry a man who does this for me.
Yes.
To do the finance and everything.
Mm-hmm. And so you have to have this belief in yourself. Let me try. Let me fail. And let me learn from my failure. And that's also something that I think is missing today. Learning by failing. Many of my students, when they don't get the best grade from the onset, they're so disappointed in themselves. I'm thinking, you're still young. Make your mistakes and learn. What's the pressure? But life places this pressure on them. And it makes me wonder how this will affect them when they grow up. They will be damaged adults. The minute they fail, they think they have lost it all. All right? And that is something that we will have to try to get rid of. It takes one. It takes one. All right, let's move on to trust in relationships.
Okay, so what qualities do you look for in someone to determine if they are trustworthy?
Mm-hmm.
Can you provide an example of when someone earned or lost your trust? I can just talk about the qualities, I guess. Yeah, if they're reliable, in terms of if you ask them to do something, they show up and help you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's so consistent about getting things done is what's really important to me.
Okay.
And also if you were speaking about failure, if they made a mistake, if they can be honest. So honesty is very important to me.
Yes.
Yeah, there are many others on the list, but those are the two. To be reliable and then honest about what's going on, so that I can work with them.
Yeah.
But you're talking about relationships, like with a partner.
You decide.
Yeah, because there's the work relationship, and then there's the personal relationships.
We have many different types
Yeah.
of relationships,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, obviously, the only reason I'm here in Germany is because I trusted my partner that she would be supportive, when I would come here and I would have to start my life over again, that she would be able to help me, and that's worked out so far. I've been here
Wonderful.
for a few, 13 years or what? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's
Great.
yeah. So that's a good example.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
The person with trust challenges.
I think it's me. What are some common challenges or obstacles you face when trying to trust others? And how do you overcome these challenges to build and maintain trust in various aspects of your life? I was really laughing when I got this question because I find it really easy to trust because I trust my gut, and when I meet new people, I'm like, I mostly trust people. But I know that a lot of people, especially in Germany, they distrust a lot. They make a lot of assumptions about people, and they say people are bad and they will harm you and don't trust them. And I'm always like, no.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out for me so far. So I don't really have challenges to trust, but I know others have. But I don't agree. I think it's worthy to trust people.
Yes.
You will always, like karma comes back, you know. When people feel you trust them, I think they also act differently.
That's true. That's true. They can feel it.
And I have some funny experiences when people are complaining that you cannot trust others. Mostly, exactly these people are the ones not to trust. Maybe they are talking about themselves, but I really have some experiences about this, and I always find it funny, like how they complain, and then they are exactly these people they complain about. I don't know.
Yes. Sometimes people speak from the well they have within. And so if they're not able to trust anyone, then it's easy for them to say, you can't find anyone to trust.
Yeah.
All right? I think our time has run out. Yes.
Do you have, if you have final remarks, please.
I would like to read a poem from my book for you. Yes. And then we'll wrap it up. This one is called Return to Sender. In parcels wrapped in yesterday's news, across miles they traveled, beneath skies of blues. Each stamp a promise, each seal a kiss, sent with hope, but some things amiss. Returned to my doorstep, unopened, alone, address unknown, the sender long gone. The ink on the label, a smudged, fading cry, messages lost in the blink of an eye. Yet I hold them like treasures, these echoes of time, a rhythm in rhymes where memories chime. What words were encased in these paper-bound cells? Love, regrets, tales too tender to tell? So back they go on the winds of the past, to the heart of a sender whose love didn't last. Yet within every envelope, sealed with a tear, lies the hope that one day you'll keep one that's near. Thank you for having me as your host.
Thank you so much for that. And it was also, I really enjoy it when it's super interactive, especially when it's early in the morning. You gotta get up and start doing something. What are you unpacking here?
Please pick one. From here, from here.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it says, it's yours.
Aw,
Please take one.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I share this?
You feel free.
Mine says, be yourself. That's best.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes. Go. Yes, you are. I'm a teacher at heart.
I'll take one.
Yes.
Take yours.
Whatever it says, it's yours. You keep it with you. Thank you, Ashi.
Yeah. As I mentioned to some of you before, we are the Creative Mornings team here in Freiburg. There are Creative Mornings chapters throughout the world, about 238, and in over 60 different cities in the world. It's always one Friday a month in the morning, bright and early, 8 o'clock. Come meet up with new people, have a little bit of breakfast. I made banana bread today, if anybody would like some. And then the idea is that you have a little snack, have your coffee. You get to be inspired by the speaker of that month. There's always a central theme. This month's theme was trust, and next month's theme is to be revealed. They're always a surprise at the start of the month. So check out our social media channels. You can follow us on Instagram. We also have a newsletter you can sign up for if you're not signed up for that yet already. We are also looking for volunteers to join our Creative Mornings team. So if you like what we do here and you say, hey, I want to be a part of that, let me know.
Sounds good.
Because we need help finding speakers. We need help just setting up for events, breaking down for events. Even if you're like, I don't think that I have the time to commit during the week. However, I can show up one Friday a month and put some chairs out. That's very helpful. So please let us know if you're interested. And with that, I would once again like to thank you, Cheryl, for being our
Thank
speaker
you for
this month.
having me.
Thank you to our lovely audience joining us today. Thank you to the Koch Schwartz House for sponsoring the space. And of course, thank you, as always, to Bernd for filming us. Thank you, Mango Film. We are so happy to be able to do this, be able to share it with our Freiburg community. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.